leather gloves, we're slapping in hams. Popcorn and peanuts, we're working the stands. Pink cotton candy, love on a stick. He's chasing the beer that circle the lips. Play ball, play ball. Roll up the bases and smack it right over the wall.
Play ball.
Play ball.
I like that.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, and welcome to Laughter Saves Lives.
Live!
Here on, that was beautiful. Here on Strong Island Television in Paradise Studios, brought to you by Barish and McGarry,
Great.
the lawyers for the community. Beautiful, right up front. Bam! I banged it right out. What a great show tonight. We have a real buffet show tonight.
We do.
Wow. Because I booked the show instead of Butch. And I'm unorganized, like I was just saying. Wow. So what I did is I called 4 people. I said, you want to be on?
10 minutes ago.
No, not 10 minutes ago, 15 minutes. You want to be on? Not expecting all of them to say yes. I didn't check my text, my emails. Right. And then I realized, so we have some 7-minute spots. Dominique will do 10. We're going to close with one of the hottest comics in Long Island.
Yes. Dude,
who is it?
He was on Orange is the New Black. He was on HBO's Vinyl.
Who is it?
He has his own special on Amazon Prime.
I thought Monty was on tonight.
No, it's Chris
Monty.
Monty.
It is Chris Monty. So let's get right into some of this stuff that I wanted to talk about. I have a lot. This is an important stuff. This is the stuff that, look at the important issues that are going on. What do we always say? The top 40, and this is 41 through 47 or something like that.
Yeah.
The drawers do not close in my bedroom dresser. They roll open.
Oh, you have on wheels?
No, the drawers. The house, I don't think, is level.
Oh.
So this is it's my home. I'm very happy, but I have to stick shirts in the drawers so they'll close. Like I have to lay a shirt. So if you look at my drawers, there's all little shirts sticking out, little pieces of shirts.
Yeah, I get it.
But
so they don't close all the way.
They don't close. They roll out. They close all the way, but then they roll back out.
It's funny, like my kids' drawers. I don't know if you're done with the bit, but my kids' drawers.
That's what most people say when I see my act. Is he done with the bit?
But my kids' drawers are all like broken off the hinges from years of stuffing everything.
Right.
And the bottom pops out. It's like bowed at the bottom.
Where did you buy that furniture? Was that
like IKEA stuff?
Was it IKEA stuff?
Maybe it's the way I built it. You know what I love about IKEA? You know those things that you have to put the screwdriver in it, twist it, and it locks.
Yes.
But they never stay locked. They loosen up.
I guess.
In IKEA, the drawer is on. It goes in and out 75,000 times.
Beautiful.
Like on the machine.
Yeah.
That one never loosens.
No. Well, we don't know. They could tighten it.
They may use glue or
something. They could tighten it. Yeah, right? So anyway, so now the drawer's open and we got a tight show. Yes.
I want to help you. It's very simple. You take cardboard. Listen, you take cardboard. You fold a piece in half. You put it underneath the front corners of your dresser, and the drawers won't slide open.
Right.
Oh, so you lift up.
Yeah. All right. I'll try that. Thank you, Butch. Cardboard.
Butch
cardboard.
No, it was a bit.
It was a new bit I'm working on.
I like it.
And I always say, when you're doing a bit and you interrupt, it's like the life is sucked out of that bit. It's just like a vacuum, sucks it right out.
Like someone from the audience helping you with the
yes.
bit.
That happened to.
Hey, I was driving here tonight, and they go, "I drive too." I?
Yes. Yes, and I'll tell you about what happened the other night to me at the Huntington Manor Fire Department.
Oh, that sounds like a fun
So the drawers are open.
The
drawers are open. Yeah. And the other night I got up and hit my knee in the middle of the night on one of those drawers that didn't close. My wife has part of the couch now in the bedroom. We never put it back from Christmas with the tree. Right. So it's like I have vertigo. So when I get up, like I'm a little unstable, I'm bouncing off going through this. Right. So that's my bedroom situation. Just picture that, people, tonight at 3 a.m.
You're like a pinball in your own bedroom.
That was what I wrote this morning. I said pinball would be funny. Yeah. Huntington Manor, I had a heckler not a heckler, but a guy right in the front row. He was writing my joke for me. Because I do the joke where I say,
well, maybe he felt it was needed. What was the joke? Tell me what he wrote and what your joke was.
Well, let me define it was a joke first before I say it, because you may go, oh, where's the joke? So if I say up front, this is the joke,
got it.
You won't embarrass me. So the joke, I always say, Oh, what is the joke I say with the I can't remember. I can't. What do I always say?
So in other words, he wrote the whole joke.
No, oil and the squeaky wheel
Gets
the worm. I always say, and to get a little chuckle out of the audience, and some people look at me, and then I go, no, right, and I get a little chuckle.
Right.
Guy sitting right in front, I go, the squeaky wheel gets the worm, and the guy goes, no, it's John, it's get the oil. Right. Like right up, it couldn't be a guy in the back.
It's not oil either.
He goes, whatever, it's the grease, the oil,
okay.
He goes, it's get the oil. I go, sir, I know that. I wrote a joke. You couldn't have been sitting in the back where I didn't hear you. You're sitting right in front, and I got to laugh.
That's funnier, actually.
It was. I love I love going into the audience.
Yeah.
Following Fat Jay, by the way, Saturday night.
Yeah.
I was with Eric Heff, your good friend, closed the show, and we were talking about.
He closed it?
Well, Carrie closed it. I'm sorry. Carrie closed it. Either one of them could have closed it.
Right.
Either one of them, from my experience of booking both of them. But I was talking to Eric, and we spoke, and he says, why do you have Rich Walker co-hosting your show a lot?
Right.
When maybe he wanted in. I don't know.
Right.
He says, why? And I said, Eric, you don't want somebody funnier than you.
Right. Right.
Co-hosting.
I play backseat to you.
Yeah, you don't want somebody yuck. Right. I want somebody who people go, oh, Rich was there?
Right.
And
exactly.
I'll go, yeah, he was sitting next to me.
You don't want them to notice.
No, yes. Yes. So
that's always good. I and not only that, I wouldn't want to upstage you, nor can I.
I think you can. I think you can. The heckler upstaged me. The oil guy. The oil guy upstaged me. But what I was saying, Friday night we had a fun show in Forest Hills at the American Legion Hall for the Lions Club.
Laughter Saves Lives?
It was a Laughter Saves Lives show in cahoots. It's not the right word, but in cahoots with the Lions Club at the American Legion Hall. So here's what happened.
It's a great thing, yeah.
The American Legion makes some money at the bar. They took the bar.
Right.
The Lions Club was nice enough to split the night with me. They took half of the funds raised. I took half of the funds raised. We paid the comics got paid. I don't want to say they got typical Johnny LaRocchia money.
Which means you paid them what they should have been getting.
I don't know. No. I know. Here's when I pay the comics.
Yes.
When I pay the comics, you always at least one or two of them turn their back and cuss for a second.
Right.
And then they turn around and go, "Thanks, John." I guess they don't want to upset me.
They open it like Pat. What's his name?
Pat Sajak?
No.
Johnny Carson?
No, the cook.
Joe Namath?
Pat Marone.
Oh.
But he would go like this with his envelope.
He has the best expressions.
He
has the best expressions. So listen. I never ask a comic at any benefit to work for nothing. I will never ask that. Right. I always say to people, they go, "Oh, it's a benefit." And I go, "Comics do benefits 80% of the time. They got to pay the bills. I got to pay my comics." Right. All right.
Of course. I mean,
it might not be the greatest money some nights. Honestly.
Yeah.
But I'm at the point in my career where I turn down. I won't do a gig if the money's not good. Like if somebody's ordering me less than 35, they're offering me less than 35, I'm turning that gig down.
Right.
But if it's 40, I think about it.
Right.
Is there gas involved? Jersey, then it's got to be what? 65. If I'm going to Jersey, tolls and
just
how are you with that? What is your line?
Well, normally $1,000.
$1,000,
but for you,
a year,
because it's for Laughter Saves Lives, I go a little bit lower.
You do. You're very good that way.
I'm good that way.
You're very good that way. So at the Huntington,
I'm giving.
At the Huntington show, we'll probably break after this because we got a lot of guests. We want to make sure we get it.
Yeah.
Is there any? Why don't you talk about your not talk about it, just mention it.
Well, I just want to mention this. I teach a great comedy class.
You teach a wonderful class.
University. We turn out all kinds of superstars. Matter of fact, Chris Monty on later actually graduated 21 years ago. I think.
40. I think it was 40 years ago.
It was 21 years ago.
Looking at
Peter
him, you
Bales
would think
has
it's 40.
been teaching for 40
Peter?
years. But anyway, next class, March 8th. If you ever want to jump in, we have just a few seats left because we cap it at 10 students. StandUpUniversity.com. Go to it, March 8th.
If you want to be better at speaking, at an event, you want to be a little funny, or it doesn't. You don't have to be a stand-up in this class.
Right.
Don't take work away from me. You know what I'm saying? Everybody don't take the class and then start going out there. I'm having a hard enough
Do
time.
it just for fun once if you want to do it once in your life.
Yeah.
Or you want to proceed in comedy, you could do it.
And they do one night fully naked, right? That one night is a
That's
naked
the one night.
stand-up.
That's the third night of the class.
Third night,
Yeah.
a lot of fun.
A
lot of fun.
Always a hoot.
So one last thing. Well,
Yes,
we got to go.
That's it. Yeah.
One of the girls in the back, one of the prizes was a tattoo. She won a free tattoo in the raffle.
Wow.
And I said to the girl, I don't have any tattoos. And she had a lot of them. Where would be your first tattoo? Do you have a tattoo?
I do not.
I didn't think so. So. Where would you like your first tattoo to
On
be?
my arm.
What would it say? Laughter saves lives.
I need
Thank you.
something that fits my persona, like the Grim Reaper.
Maybe a guy sleeping.
Now you became my wife.
Let's. I don't think we're going to go commercial. Let's bring out our first guest. This young lady. She is works for the fire department. Does a bunch of different things down there.
Wow.
But she is with Fired Up for a Cure. Let's hear it for Dominique Joseph. Give her an applause. Give her applause.
Hello, everyone.
Right now.
Where is that?
Hello, Dominique.
Hi, how are you?
Are you walking again like the last time?
No, I actually just got home from another job that I have aside from working at the fire department. I coach swimming, so I'm just getting home.
Well, welcome. It's good to see you again.
Good to see you guys.
One of my favorite people in the whole world. They do great work down there. Tell us a little bit about Fired Up for a Cure for people that didn't see you the last time.
Sure. So, Fired Up for a Cure started around 2015 when we were partnering at the time with the American Cancer Society for just as a way to empower our members who unfortunately have 9/11 related cancer due to the rescue and recovery efforts of 9/11. And so the World Trade Center Cancer Care team decided, instead of partnering with the American Cancer Society, to have their own event. And that's how Fired Up for a Cure is born.
Beautiful.
And basically the goal of it is to encourage our members, our first responders, to go for their annual medicals so that they can be screened for cancer, basically, and other World Trade Center related illnesses such as pulmonary issues, etc. And in the process, we're raising funds to assist with hopefully finding a cure for cancer through our donations to the American Cancer Society. The Ray Pfeiffer Foundation helps a lot of our members who unfortunately need additional resources that aren't covered by the World Trade Center program or their insurance, such as extra home health aid hours and equipment such as lifts or portable oxygen. And then the Fire Family Transport Foundation, which helps us transport our sick members to and from their appointments, especially if they live in Long Island, let's say, and are commuting into Manhattan for treatments.
Let me just interrupt you 1 second. Wonderful work they do. The World Trade Center program, they're the ones that took care of me when I had the little cancer here. They follow up. If they don't hear from me, they give me a call. How you doing? Did you go for your follow-ups? They do great work. I'm familiar with the Ray Pfeiffer Foundation. Any events that you have coming up where people can support you?
Yes, I have an event on March 5th. It is at the New York City Fire Museum. It is our Glitz Glam Give Brunch. It's our caregiver awareness and support brunch at the Fire Museum. And that will be from noon to 4 o'clock on Saturday, March 5th.
You know what? Cinco de Mayo would be a great night to do anything. You have anything going on that night?
Yes, I do. That's our next event after Glitz and Glam. That is our Comedy Fights Cancer, which is a partnership with Laughter Saves Lives to help us raise funds for Fired Up and for another really great foundation called Fight for Firefighters.
Yes, we've had them on. They do great work building ramps for disabled firefighters and their children. I guess am I saying that correctly?
Yes.
Yes. So they bought 28 tickets the other day. They called me. So we're on a roll. So far, we're trying to get a major headliner to close this show.
No, I'll check my book.
Rich is going to check his book, but we have some feelers out there. We're hoping, but if not, it's going to be a great show. Because Laugh to Save Lives always puts on a good show, especially working with an FDNY charity like you guys.
Absolutely, and we're truly grateful to Laughter Saves Lives for all that they're doing to assist us with this this great event.
You know how much it means to me. You guys gave me that axe at the picnic 3 years ago. I think it was coming from the fire commissioner. Anything I can do with the FDNY means the world to me, and I thank you for allowing us to be a small part of it. Yes. Yes.
There she is.
There she is. All right. Is there a website or anything that people can go to, Dominique? Facebook page?
Yes, we do have a Facebook page. It's FDNY Fired Up for a Cure. And we also have a website, which is www.fdnyfiredupforacure.org.
All right. Awesome. Thank you, as always, for taking the time to come and talk to us.
Thank you. Thank you for having us. And we look forward to working with you for Cinco de Mayo.
Great.
All right. Now,
I'll
talk to you maybe this week. We'll have a little conversation.
All right. You take care.
See you, Dominique.
Bye.
The best. She's a sweetheart. You don't know how much she's done. She has a full-time job. She has a full-time job for the fire department. And she does this also. You know what I mean? She does this charity work. It's great. You know what? We're going to go to a break and we'll be right back.
"9/11 didn't end on 9/11. 500,000 people were exposed to the World Trade Center toxins and are still at risk today. 68 cancers have been linked, including skin cancers, prostate cancer, breast cancer, blood cancers, and many respiratory illnesses. Fortunately, all victims qualify for free health care, and more than $10 billion is available from the 9/11 Victim Compensation Fund.
I was a paralegal just 2 blocks from Ground Zero. I had skin cancer and lymphoma.
I worked at Goldman Sachs. I had kidney cancer and respiratory illnesses.
I was a downtown teacher. I had breast cancer. I qualify.
I qualify.
I qualify.
If you were downtown anytime on or after 9/11, call Barish and McGarry, the lawyers for the 9/11 community. Call today. No law firm has recovered more money with over $2 billion awarded to 9/11 victims. If you worked, lived, or went to school in the exposure zone on or after 9/11, call Barish and McGarry today.
My father worked downtown. He died of bladder cancer.
I ran from Gateway Plaza in a cloud of smoke as the towers fell.
My mother and I qualify.
I qualify.
Barish and McGarry's advocacy for 9/11 victims isn't just professional, it's personal. With offices just steps from Ground Zero, they witnessed the pain of the 9/11 attacks and lobbied Congress to pass and permanently extend the Victim Compensation Fund.
I was a downtown court officer. I had prostate cancer in 2007. I qualify.
We all qualify.
We're back. We're back. That was Barish and McGarry. They do great work.
Yeah.
Let's bring in our next guest. From Rescue Family Inc., Gina and Vinny. Where are you?
There you are, guys.
What's going on?
All right. Richie and I have been wanting to talk to you to apologize.
Oh boy, here we go.
I haven't seen them since you and I did all that.
Well, let me apologize for Rich because he's maybe not gonna. Here's the deal. I know you guys, when we said we wanted to come out, probably rolled your eyes and you go, "Oh no, these 2 idiots! They're gonna mess
Held
everything
up
up.
production.
He's bringing a check. Let him come." You know. How long did it take you to redo all the friggin' screws we put in?
You know,
crooked.
Actually, they were pretty good.
It's funny you say that. I might have been cursing somebody one day putting that new floor down. I said, what the hell are all these screws still doing up?
I know it.
And you know what else? After the final floor is in, they wanted all that creaking.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know, because when we left, Richie and I, we went out front. You know, we worked a good 45 minutes, and we high-fived. We were like, man, we did some good work.
And you were exhausted.
I was exhausted the next day. Seriously exhausted.
I couldn't even move. My arm was all swollen.
We went over and helped Vinny and Gina in the house they're doing now for a little while. And let me tell you something. Unbelievable work. You guys are awesome. Tell us a little bit about the family and the house. Where is the house right now?
Go for it.
Okay. So the family, we're working real hard to get their daughter home. It's a mom, dad, and their 3 kids. One of the daughters got very ill, and she wound up with basically in a wheelchair and a whole bunch of other things going on with this poor kid. She has been in a nursing facility because the house was not equipped to handle her wheelchair and all of her equipment. So what we're doing is
we are making it accessible, guys. We are giving them a handicap deck and a ramp and her own private entrance to get in and out of her bedroom. And we made all the hallways bigger. We made the bathroom bigger. She can have access to that whole home.
Yeah.
And you know what? Not only that, she's been in the facility for 3 years. So this will be our first time coming home in 3 years.
Hey, Mickey. Say hello to Mickey out there.
Hey, Mickey.
I was thinking about you guys last night and just about crying because I was watching some of those shows where they have the big houses. I'm starting to watch The Sopranos. Again, they have this big house. And I'm going, this house means everything to this family.
Yeah.
It's their home. It's theirs. And you guys are going in there and doing all this work for them, and they're going to go back in that house, and it's like it's a mansion. You know what I mean? What you guys are doing is incredible. You're doing God's work. I always say that.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
You guys were awesome. We really appreciated
your 25 minutes of work really made a huge difference, and we can't thank you guys enough.
Wow. It was a little longer.
It was at least 35, Vinny.
You're rough, man.
10 minutes of that was me chomping on the free wings that the dad made in the back. I have to be honest.
What wings?
When you saw me.
They were gone already.
You missed out on them.
When I said I was going to the men's room, I was really eating those wings.
I know.
But I was embarrassed to tell you guys because you were waiting for the screws. When can we come out again?
Oh, please.
Anytime. Right?
Whenever you want. So the unveiling, the girls,
we're looking at mid-March to
mid-March.
Yeah, mid-March.
Yeah, mid-March. Kelly should be coming home then. We're really excited.
We're really
about
excited. Actually, we're going to be meeting Kelly for the first time coming up this Friday.
Friday.
So we're going to be visiting her and getting to know her for a little bit and give her some exciting news.
Yeah, it's really cool. Really cool.
That's going to be so exciting for you guys.
Yeah, it's been a long time for them. And
but I know we only have a quick visit today, but let me just tell the audience, you have to understand, while we're going about our daily routines and having some fun or whatever, these guys are doing nails and making decks for families, and the families pay nothing. Am I right, Gina and Vinny?
Absolutely zero, John. Correct. Absolutely zero.
It's an unbelievable story. You guys should be on Kelly. You are on Kelly. That's right.
Yes.
You got a car. You know, they got a free car.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
Yeah. I was on a TV show. I always tell them I got a bottle of water. John, you want some water? They got a car. A van.
Well deserved. Well deserved.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
Website, guys. Website. And
rescuingfamilies.org. All of our info is on there. Rescuingfamilies.org.
All right. I'm going to talk to you over the next few weeks. We need to do another comedy show.
Yes, I know.
For sure,
we do.
John,
We really do. All right. Love you guys.
Love you guys.
All right. We'll talk to you soon. Gina and Vinny, Rescue Family Inc. They are saints.
Unbelievable.
Right? You saw what they do.
It.
Yeah.
I witnessed it.
Even though, and I kid you, we didn't do a whole lot of work. To see with our own eyes what they do, right? It's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Learn how to use it, Joe. All right. So he had to cut the knot. Remember, he had to cut the one. Richie drilled one in. It took him 10 seconds. The guy had to cut it. It took him 20 minutes to cut it off.
Sticking out like this and stripped. and the guy had to cut it. I said this last week, but
let's go to a break.
Yeah.
Let's go to a break. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Gretchen Rossi.
And I'm Arthur Lee, the creator of LifeVac.
We're here today to announce that to date, LifeVac has saved hundreds of lives of people who almost died due to choking.
People may not realize that on average, 14 people a day die from choking-related incidents. Every 5 days, one of those lives is a child. That's why I created LifeVac.
And as a new mom, and from housewife to housewife, I felt compelled to share with you the discovery of this life-saving device.
LifeVac is a simple-to-use airway clearance device. Just place, push, and pull to save a life.
And it costs less than it would take to fill up your car with a tank of gas. Imagine being able to save a life for less than $70.
To learn more, please visit lifevac.net.
That's LIFEVAC.net.
Please don't allow one of your loved ones to become the victim of choking accidents.
And we're back. I don't know if you're noticing, I'm wearing different hats.
Yeah.
Different hats. For today was supposed to be pitches and catches reporting. Pitches and catches, and because of the lockout, we didn't get it.
Say one
But
thing on that.
That story that you told me about the
nail,
finger.
yeah.
Oh my! This is like the funniest. You have time to tell it?
No, we don't have
All
to
right.
tell it now.
Let's bring in.
But wait, I want to say one thing.
Yes.
We have time for him to tell a quick story. Go ahead. We're good.
A different one because he's wearing the hat for pitchers and catchers.
Right.
I was once driving past Yankee Stadium. I do sports jokes because I know nothing about sports, which is funny, but I'm driving by Yankee Stadium and a big sign on their billboard out front said, pitchers and catchers, March 2nd. And I'm thinking, they don't know when to show up. Like, they're getting paid a lot of money.
Right.
They got to put the date for
I agree.
pitchers and catchers.
I agree. That's
now you know I don't use it in my act.
We should have used that.
I'm going to give that one the less.
We should have did that joke on the break.
Yeah.
It would have been good. All right. For our next guest, he's from the in Queens, where I grew up, right next door. From the Forest Hills Volunteer. Do you hear what I said? Volunteer ambulance call. Wow. EMT Alan Wolf is here tonight with us. Look at him.
He's been waiting so long.
And more importantly, he was my what kind of show? Laughter. Alan, let's do it. What kind of show?
Laughter Saves Live show.
Live.
He did it better than that though. The other night, he was more enthusiastic. Did you eat yet? What is it? What's the problem? You're hungry?
Well, I wasn't prepared. You didn't tell me I was going to be doing that.
That's true. That's true. But if I said it to Richie would have been like all
like
over
this. I'd be on it like that.
How was the Laughter Saves Live show Friday night?
It exceeded expectations.
Wow.
It was so.
And John was on
it. Yeah, he was the lead. Yes, he was very good. He kept us very, very, very happy.
And Alan is a comedy connoisseur. He's booked shows before, so I respect his opinion because he really loves comedy.
Yeah.
If we had to rank the comics that night, who was your favorite?
I don't remember them by name, but I would have to say obviously you because you're here right now. So I have to say
Good man.
Okay. And I want you to remember that when you book our next show, when you come up with the fee schedule.
The fee schedule.
I said you were number one.
Listen,
right?
I'm gonna be honest. I want to do the show. I'm going to cut corners. I'm going to use Richie.
Okay.
I am the best comic in his price range.
He's the best. So it was a good night. Everybody had fun.
He's not going to use me.
It was. I will use the one Alan show. I definitely. Yeah. Alan, he'll remind me. Right?
Excellent.
And we'll start off with Richie. We'll build.
I'm just hoping we're speaking by then.
That's true. That's true.
Can't promise
Fran Wolf is on. Fran Wolf spelled her name the same way as yours. Wow.
That's it. That's my wife. I mean, that's my mother. Sorry.
Is she in the other room?
No, she is not.
Oh, all right. She's home. Are you home?
She's home. I am not home. I am in a remote studio location.
Well, he was off the air, Fran. He said, "Make dinner." please put on the apron. He said to make dinner. I thought it was inappropriate, but I had to relay. So hello, Rosemary, Therese Rosemary. All right. So tell us about what the Forest Hills Ambulance Corps, it's a volunteer ambulance corps right there on Metropolitan Avenue. I'm well aware, right near where I grew up. What do you guys do? What does a volunteer ambulance corps do?
So we are a all-volunteer organization that provides emergency medical transport and also non-emergency medical transport for the residents, visitors, and those people who are frequenting Forest Hills and Regal Park. We don't charge any of the patients. We raise money through various means, fundraisers. We do collect insurance if a person has insurance. If they don't, it's a free ride. We do comedy show fundraisers. We do get some grant money from the local elected officials.
Oh, good. Well, you should.
And basically, we have about 70 volunteers who donate their time. They come in 2 shifts a month. Basically, it's 8 hours a month.
They have to give
And
2
they go
shifts a month.
2 shifts a month, and they come in and they take the ambulance out, and they'll either park strategically in a location and wait for a call,
McDonald's.
or Dunkin' Donuts usually,
Dunkin' Donuts.
or they'll wait in the headquarters, which you said was on Metropolitan Avenue,
Yes.
right off of Woodhaven Boulevard, and they'll basically wait for a call and respond to an emergency. And we also do non-emergency transport. So let's say you have a family member, or there's somebody who needs an ambulance to go to a medical procedure because let's say they have, or not a library. We don't do that.
No, you can't.
What if you have a headache and you need
They
to-
want to go to the movies that day.
So that's great. How many of your members are real active? And I would assume that you're not 24 hours a day, because most volleys are working, right, during
Correct.
the day.
We do operate 24 hours a day, but not every day.
Not every
So
day.
we don't always have a crew in service because we are volunteers, and people, we do have a lot of people that work in other emergency services, so they work shift work. So some people are available Monday through Friday, 8 to 4, because they work at night, 4 to 12s, or the midnights. We do have some firefighters, so
Nurses?
we do have nurses. We have police officers, firefighters. We have people who are paid EMTs and still come to volunteer at our.
The key here is
volunteer
only get
service.
sick on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
That's the shift. And do you let's say
from 4 to
let's say-
12.
Tuesdays, Thursdays,
What's
and
the-
Saturdays, there's nobody there.
Nobody. Let's say Middle Village doesn't have a crew on. You do. Will you guys cross the border back and forth?
If they call us, yes, we have what's called mutual aid with all of the surrounding volunteer ambulance services. So if we're not in service and they are, and we have a call for service in our area, we're not available, they will cover for us and we will cover for them.
Who's your longest member? Who's been there the longest?
His name is Robert Castione.
How old is he?
About 103, I think.
Yeah, don't have him respond if I'm in Forest Hills. If I have a heart attack at the next comedy show, maybe Robert can stay home.
You know what's hysterical? I can picture somebody in the back going, "Oh, my leg," and the driver goes, "Hey, it's free service."
What do you love?
My leg.
All right.
Kidney stones.
So how old did you say Robert is?
He's about 60. He recently retired. So now he lives the life of Riley and volunteers.
And he
his
volunteers
time
in services
with us.
still. He still responds on calls.
He does.
Thank you,
does.
Robert. That's awesome. Awesome. Any of your other members that you want to give a shout out to that are interesting, that are, somebody that's a real character? Maybe give us a story.
Oh boy.
You got a quick story? Maybe somebody that did something funny, or give names and addresses.
Not to put you on the spot,
Well,
Yeah,
nothing comes to mind. We have a lot of people who have, a lot of different stories. There's many different, things that go on, antics at the ambulance corps. It's a fun place, over the course of time, you become a family with these people, and you do a lot of family things. We have a lot of gatherings during the holidays. We have parties. We have events. We support each other. So there's a lot of camaraderie. Similar to that of a firehouse.
Firehouse, yeah.
And I wouldn't want to blow up anybody's spot and give up any trade secrets to what has happened. But we do have our antics, and we do have.
Do you have any brothers?
I do. I have 2 older brothers.
I bet you one of them is Charlie, because he just made a comment that you have 2 really cool brothers. Hey, Charlie, how are you? Thanks for watching.
This kind of reminds me of a great joke. Minnie Pearl. Remember her with the hat with the tag?
Yeah, if you were born in the 20s.
She calls the fire department. She goes, "You got to get here quick. There's a man trying to get in my bedroom window." He goes, "Well, you should be calling the police department, not the fire department." She goes, "No, you don't understand. He's trying to get in my window, and he needs a ladder."
Oh, okay.
Get it? She wanted him.
She wanted him. All right, Alan, any website where we could look at?
I'm not doing that at the show, by the way.
It's FHVAC, Forest Hills Volunteer Ambulance Corps.org. We are a 501c3 nonprofit and charity. We do various events, blood drives. We assist with COVID testing. We've assisted through the entire COVID pandemic. We've had crews in service and out helping people. We've responded to people who've had COVID. Really, and we've had our members who have had COVID as well. Thankfully, we don't have any issues.
Good.
We are very sympathetic to your cause. For September 11th, we did have a member. His name was Richard Allen Perlman. He was actually the youngest first responder who was killed at the World Trade Center.
Oh, wow.
He was 18 years old. He was a messenger for a law firm in the area around 1 pp. I think he was delivering some documents when the first plane hit. He responded, and we do have some photos of him helping some bloody female in a stair chair out of the World Trade Center. And that was the last picture that we actually have of him. He went back in.
What's his name again? What's his name again?
Richard Allen Perlman.
Awesome. Listen, Alan, we're going to rush you off. I apologize for that. We'll talk soon about the comedy show. Thank you for what you do. It's in my old neighborhood, and you guys are awesome.
John, thank you so much for inviting me on and letting us tell our story.
Great talking.
It was a pleasure meeting you, my friend. All right, that's Alan from the Forest Hills Volunteer Ambulance Corps.
Amazing.
And what struck me when he said it initially is we have a friend, Jack Clunan, who was in New York City EMS, and he was in the middle of COVID out there responding. These guys were volunteering.
Wow.
I'm not saying taking anything away from Jack. It was a tough gig, but it was his job. These guys are out there volunteering.
It's amazing. Ever since I started doing the show, I never realized how many people, how many firefighters work for free.
Yeah, on the side.
Do volunteer work.
Yeah. All right, let's bring in our final guest before our big comic tonight from the Rego Park Lions Club. Rob Schnell is here with us. He looks excited, the Schnell man. Look at him. Look how excited. Hello, Rob. You awake? There he is.
Yep, I'm awake. Hey, John. Hey, Rich. How you doing?
So this was the man that paid us, that made the donation to Laughter Saves Lives on Friday night.
Was I on that show?
My organization, not me.
Thank you, number one, for having us. Hello, Melissa Ielpi. Thanks for having us. Thanks for having us. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
We have Les Deegan in our studio audience tonight, by the way.
You can't see him. He's off.
How?
Poke your head in.
What is the scuttlebutt about the show?
Okay, let me give you a little feedback. But before I do that, just a reach out to former Commissioner Nigro, who retired today, as you know, after 53 years. And as I mentioned the other night, he was the dad of a classmate of mine at Archbishop Malloy. Unfortunately, Commissioner Nigro took his job on 9/11, which was William Feehan's job, who was the chief.
Yes.
And that was one of Nigro's first, positions, sort of an upper management there in the FDNY. I think after 53 years, he basically did every position.
He did. He was one of 5
Yep.
who were every position and then commissioner. Because commissioner is an appointed position.
Yes. He was a great man.
He was the one that gave me the axe at the picnic.
Yeah. He actually showed up. He came up when my cousin Richie Driscoll was a Army veteran, Vietnam. He was in, I think it was Engine 53, El Barrio, and he was the 200th firefighter to pass away from COVID-related illnesses. And they brought the truck up, and the commissioner was there, honor guard. It was inspiring. And
he's a very nice man. Very nice man.
So
very nice man.
Yeah. So just wanted to mention that. Of course, the feedback was tremendous, not only from our organization. I believe we had 75 people, which it was a daunting task. I reached out to everybody. One of the nice things being local is we had a lot of participation. A lot of folks from the American Legion, of which I am a friend of the Legion, came out. I'm the Grand Knight of the Juniper Valley Knights of Columbus. We actually had 3 councils represented there.
So we could possibly get about 5 more shows out of this.
Yeah, and they want to do, our council wants to do one, and I think it's going to spread like wildfire.
How many shows should we put Rich on?
Yeah, I think we'll get him. We'll do every other one with Rich.
All right,
keep it a little fresh.
Every other one's good.
Yeah,
let me, because we don't have that much time
now,
tonight.
Can I hold him to that?
Tell us a little bit about what the Lions Club, because they sponsored the show the other night, what the Lions Club does.
Sure. So we're basically a philanthropic, group that we're in 100. We've been around for 100 years in 200 countries, 1.5 million members.
Wow.
And we basically empower health and well-being, strengthening communities through support and needs. So that's what the general club does. Our club, every year we sponsor a health fair, usually around Rego Center. So we get the streets closed, we bring in doctors, free examinations, recommendations. Wow. We support the American Legion. We made some donations monetarily, gifts for the kids, toys for tots, and food for their pantries. We've supported a lot of local food pantries.
Wow.
We collect eyeglasses. I think we collected a few thousand eyeglasses. We sent them to a center in New Jersey. They clean them up, they refit them, tighten them up, and they put them out, obviously on prescription basis to people in over 200 countries.
We did a show for the Melville, I think it's the Melville Lions Club, on one of the 9/11 widows. Oh my God, I am so. She's a member there. And is that a thing with the Lions Club? This eyeglass thing and
yeah, that's universal.
Testing children, right?
Yeah, that's universal. We also collect pill boxes, I guess, to redistribute medicine and vitamins and stuff like that. But generally, you'll see like a shoebox, like 2 shoebox size boxes in schools, different collection. So anyone listening, if you want to get your kids involved or any community services, call a local Lions Club. They'll get you a box. All you got to do is get it filled and hand it back.
Is there a website, Rob?
Yeah, our website, we're on Facebook. So you'd look up Rego Park, Forest Hills Lions Club. So again, Rego Park, Forest Hills Lions Club.
Right.
One other thing we do is we support Forestville, which is a social service organization over 100 years old.
Wow.
Families that are in need of assistance. Every year they have a fair for them. Obviously, not the last 2 years. So we're always involved with them. It's basically a small footprint in a large area, but we try and do our best.
You do a great job. Listen, I hate to rush you tonight because I overbooked the show and I apologize. Hang out. I want you to watch our comic. Maybe get a laugh, and who knows? Maybe Monty will be available for one of these shows.
Awesome.
And he's a big shot. He's a big shot, so it's hard to get him, but we'll see. Let's bring in our comic, Chris Monty. Thank you.
You guys are the best.
There he is. Hey! We go so. Hey, Chris.
Hey, what's up, Joe? What's up, Richie?
How's the baby? How's your baby?
The baby's great, man. The baby's great. She's 2 years and 8 months now.
Wow. And I know Monty so long that my kids, my daughter, who is now, which one was it? The youngest.
Well, I remember when Olivia was born.
Yeah.
And my daughter is Olivia. So I remember when your Olivia was born. So how old is she now? 20?
21, senior year at Binghamton.
Holy crap.
Right?
Oh, my God. And how old's your son now? 30?
He looks much older. People think we're brothers. He really...
Chris, do you remember we did his son John's karaoke
in my
birthday
backyard?
We
party?
did the jokey karaoke in your backyard. That's right. I remember that. Yep. That was probably like, what, 25 years ago, Rich? 20
Yeah,
years? No, not,
more than that.
probably a little less than that, because Richie had mentioned I was an alumni of Stand-Up University. That was actually, you were wrong, Rich. It was 20. This summer will be 24 years.
Wow.
Really?
So 24 years ago, I began my career in stand-up comedy.
And this guy has worked the Borgata, Vegas. He's all over. What do you got for us tonight? Give us some yuck, Chris.
Some yuck? You want some yuck? Well, I'll be honest with you. Here we are. It's 2022. I started my career in 1998, and when I started my career, my mother had said to me, she says, one day there's going to be people watching you from the comfort of their own homes all over this country. And I never thought this is what she meant. So I was watching Carson when she said it, and I figured TV, but no. You know what? It's been a long 2 years for all of us, for comedians, for in all walks of life, right? It's been what have you learned about yourself during the pandemic? You know, that's what I'm trying to grapple with. Like, what have we learned about ourselves? Because when crisis hits, you stand up to it or you don't stand up to it. And like John, firefighter, guy runs into a burning building. Me, what I learned during this time of crisis is that I drink way more than I should. That's what I learned, which actually is a lie. I've always known how much I drank. The problem is now my wife knows. I'm usually on the road. But anyway.
When he works at home, he's a bartender.
Yes, that's right. I'm actually having a cocktail right now for your show. I'm listening, and I'm getting nostalgic because I'm listening to all these stories about Forest Hills, and I lived in Forest Hills for 17 years, and I miss Forest Hills. I'm a suburbanite out in Long Island, in Western Long Island. But I'll tell you this. Another thing I learned in this past 2-year crisis we've been living through is that I really love my wife. I just can't stand her personality. I'm married for 4 years. My wife and I celebrated 4 years of marriage recently. Round of applause, right? Nah, that's right. You know, I gotta clap. I got married late. You know, I got married very late. I was 45 when I got married to my wife, and that's old. You know, I've never married before that. She was never married before that. I got married very late. I didn't want to get married. I still don't want to get married. But here's the thing: I met my wife. We started dating, and we had to get married, if you know what I mean, because she got, dental. And thank you, John. Your priorities change when you get older. You know, your priorities change when you're 25 years old. You get married for love. When you're 45, the hell with love. A 401k and healthcare. You have to invest in your future. Sure. My wife comes with dental, eyeglasses, and a $20 copay. I put a ring right on that finger. Second date. I didn't even know her last name yet. I was like, will you marry me? Great. Can we go to the eye guy right after the church? Something's going on here. I don't know if it's a stroke or a sty. Anyway, when you get, thank you, John, for Richie's heard these a million times. John has, but he's being.
No,
I haven't.
I have heard this before, but on another comedian.
Listen.
You do it better, though.
But I do it better. I got timing in my basement.
Oh, you're building a little comedy club down there now.
I'm building a suicide bunker. Anyway, so yes, it's been a very long pandemic, but I'm working again. So everything's been great. I cannot complain. I've been working. I'm working tomorrow. I got 2 shows tomorrow. I'm working all weekend, and I've been not doing these. So I'm so glad John sucked me back into this. Anyway, so I'm. You know what? It's been very tough for me because we're comedians. Richie, John's retired fireman, full-time comedian now. I'm full-time comedian. Richie's, works Saturdays. Anyway, so the thing is I'm breaking Richie's chops. The thing is when you do this for a living, my wife has never seen me all day. Like my wife's the school teacher. I met a school. Let me just say that my wife's I married a school teacher. When you marry a school teacher, you know, it's a whole different world. So my wife is up and she's out 6 a.m. She gets up, she leaves by 7. But then the pandemic hit. We weren't working as comedians, and I was home all day. My wife was working from home. She was doing Zoom classroom, right? So now, during that time, my wife actually got to see what I do all day. Oh, what I don't do all day, really, right? So I have a new nickname in my marriage. What does she call me? Useless piece of crap. That's my name at home. My wife came up for a lunch break during the Zoom time when we were locked down, when we couldn't go anywhere. She comes up for a lunch break during her classroom, and it was like maybe 12:30, 1 o'clock, and I'm sitting there in my robe, drinking a coffee and watching Judge Judy. You know, my wife's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm having a coffee." You know, she's like, "You just got up?" And I'm like, "No, I didn't just get up." She's like, "Yes, you did. You useless." She goes, "Look, the garbage pails haven't even been taken in. You just woke up." And I'm like, well, you know, whatever. You know, she's like, "This is your day. This is what you do." And then my wife said something to me, very offensive. She goes, "Is this what I married?" See, I got offended by that because my wife and she didn't know me before we were married because we didn't live together. And in that moment, I had to defend myself. And I sat my wife down. And I said, "Let me tell you something. When I was a little child, the doctor told me I had a lazy eye. I didn't know it was going to spread." But we're an older couple. When you get married older, it's different. You know, I got married at 45. My wife's younger than me. Let me just say that. I say older couple, and that's offensive to my wife because she's not
25?
Even. But my wife's 19. Here's the thing. No, my wife is
15. Yeah. Did he say?
I said 19. My wife, listen. No, but my wife she's not that young. I won't say my wife's age. It's impolite. I'm a gentleman. You know that. You guys know that about me. I am a gentleman.
How old does she look? Can you say that?
She looks about 22, okay. But from behind. But let's just say my wife is between 41 and 43. She's right in there somewhere. So
somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, she's right in the middle. But here's the thing, John, because you got married at the right time, right? You got married. You got married at what? How old were you when you married, Paul? How old?
I was 28, I think. 28.
28. So that's about right. Richie was a little in his 30s. I was at his wedding. 29. But still. What?
29.
You were 29?
Yeah.
When I was at your wedding, you were 29?
Yeah.
Wow. So So I did it at 45. Like when you get married older, 29. When you get married though at an older age, it's a whole different ballgame than when you get married. You know what I'm saying? You get married at 29 or 26 or 28. It's different. When you get married at 45, and my wife at the time was 38, and we were both turning, I just had turned 45. My wife is turning 39 that summer. So when we got married, you know, you kind of like, people are like, "Oh, what are you guys doing? Like, there's going to be children right away." You know how it is. You guys got married young. They're like, "Oh, they'll have kids." When you get married at our age, it's a different story. And then people give advice. This is the one thing I've noticed. Men don't do that. We're more men here, most of us on the screen, right? So, except Richie. But most of us are men. When you're a man, men don't give each other advice. Women give advice. Now, women were coming to my wife when she was 40 without a child and was like, "Hey, what are you doing? Are you going to have kids?" And then my wife was 41, no kids. And so it was like, "What are you doing?" And then women started to say, "Maybe you're too old. Maybe you shouldn't have any kids because of your age." Yeah. See, now men don't say that crap to other men, right?
No, we don't need to.
Right. But I want to say this. It's a lot of BS because my grandmother is 103 years old right now. My grandmother's from Italy. John's a Paisan. He understands this with the Italians. My grandmother's from the other side, you know, Staten Island.
We got 30 seconds, Chris.
30 seconds. My grandmother was 103 at 41, still having kids. My grandmother had so many babies, she even though she was pregnant half the time. She'd just be making a pot of sauce and a baby fall out. You understand? She'd be like, "Hey, Donato, look, we got another one. You want to keep her throwing the sauce? What do you want to do over here?" Anyway, listen, bottom line is I appreciate you guys having me on, and I loved all the Forest Hills. And God bless you guys. I miss you, Johnny. We gotta go to a Met game this year. We're gonna win a World Series.
Absolutely, with Les Deegan, with the whole crowd. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Alan. Thank you, Rob. Thank you, Gina, Vinny, and who else we have on? We had Dominique. We're going to the diner tonight, Massapequa Diner. We're taking Les Deegan out. Good night, everybody.
Ciao.
Ciao. Good night.
leather gloves, we're slapping in hands. Popcorn and peanuts, we're working the stands. Pink cotton candy, love on a stick. Who's chasing the beer that circle the lips? Play ball, play ball. Roll up the bases and smack it right over the wall. Play ball, play ball.